There's some Tony Robbins for you this morning and Jordan Peterson get you to think a little bit. But this is the stuff that we talk about here, y'all. If you change your thinking, you change your life. Success leaves clues. If you find like this is the point I'm gonna drive home, but there's a lot of things I hope you heard in there. Again, my outcome is for you to take something that you heard, plant that seed, and then water it. Start to think about it, start to apply it in your life, start to change who you are to get to the person you need to become, to get to the life you want. That's the goal. And so you got to take this stuff in. Success leaves clues. This has been a huge breakthrough in my life, just understanding that one statement. Success leaves clues. If you find someone or people that do something more successfully than you, they're more consistent, they have more results, and they've been doing it for a long time, find out what they are doing and then follow the path. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill says, find a millionaire, do as he does, you will have what he has. It means find someone that is successful and do what they do. Copy people. We copy poverty. We copy the masses. We copy what we see the most. We copy our environment. Like we become copies of that. So if you want to change that, copy the people that are where you want to be. If you want a successful marriage, you should probably talk to people that have been married for 30 years. They will give you a different perspective. Me and my wife literally just hung out and played golf with a couple that's been married 46 years. So we're sitting there asking them questions. My wife and I are at 14. We're like, how do you get to 46? We're struggling to get to 14, right? To 15. So like, how do you get to 46? And then they start talking about what it is for them. They gave us a master class while we're playing golf about like what happens and the life phases and all the stuff. And me and my wife are just soaking it in. You know how many people we have in our circle that are like that? A bunch. Why? Because success leaves clues. We're not gonna go talk and no nothing against right people that get divorced, right? It happens, but like we're not necessarily gonna go talk to the divorced person. That's probably not who we're gonna get our information from financially. Why are you talking to people that don't have more than you, that are where you are about finances? Wouldn't you want to talk to the people that are ahead of you to say, here's what you need to do, and then be coachable to listen? This breakthrough has changed my life. It'll change yours. It'll change yours if you actually pick it up. They mentioned a couple books in there. One of them, Viktor Frankl's A Man's Search for Meaning. Great book. They often say though, if you want to keep a secret, hide it in a book, right? If you want to keep a secret from people, hide it in a book because most people don't read. The blueprint for everything is out there. It's just in a book. But we stopped learning way back in school. We stopped picking up books way back in school, whenever that was. And now all of the answers, all the keys to your health life, your faith life, your relationships, your finances, your business, your entrepreneur, your author skill, whatever, it's all out there in books. People have created the pathways. You should probably follow it if you want to be successful. That was a big thing I took away from it. Find someone that has done it and do what they're doing. But a couple other things in there that Tony Robbins, Jordan Peterson were talking about. Number one, you got to have a compelling future. I don't know how much I have to emphasize this, but I'll say it right, until the cows come home. Isn't that a saying? Right? Until the cows come home. Uh, you got to have a compelling future. What is the thing that's up ahead that compels you, it pulls you to get out of bed in the morning, to stay up late, to sacrifice, to go through the hard times, to do all the things? What's that compelling future? I'll be honest, most people don't have a compelling future. Most people don't have it. That's why when life gets hard, it gets really hard for them because now they don't even know where they're going. They're just looking at the circumstance. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to design your ideal life, you want to get to a life you don't need a break from, you want to have life exactly where you want it, all the things, you have to constantly be reinventing your compelling future. Like, what is it that you want that pulls you? That compelling future part is huge. It's having a vision, it's sitting down with yourself. Again, if you don't know where that what that is for you right now, that's okay. But what steps are you taking every day to determine that? Because if everything else flows from that, everything else, your energy, how you see the world, all the stuff flows from like your vision of your life, the hope that you have of the future, that your future will be better than your present, will be better than your past, that your best days are ahead of you and not behind you. Whatever that vision that you have then starts to shape the rest of your life. If you change your thinking, you change your life. If you can think differently about your future, your current circumstance will change. That's the way it goes. So, what's your compelling future? They talked about energy in there. Energy. Having low levels of energy brings low vibration thinking. Low levels of energy brings low vibration thinking. That's what happens. High amounts of energy brings a higher vibration of thinking, a higher level of consciousness. So, on a daily basis, where's your energy? Where's your energy level? You have to ask yourself that. But if you know anything about Tony Robbins, some of you might know about him. If you don't know about him, right, he's been doing this kind of like personal development, kind of growth for 40 years now. And if you've ever been to a Tony Robbins seminar, which I don't know if you have, but he has some pretty good ones. It's nothing but 4 days of energy, of energy. It's not the average seminar you go to. You're sitting down and writing and you shake hands with a few people. In Tony Robbins seminars, like every 30 minutes, you are getting up, jumping, and dancing for like 7 hours in the day. Every 30 minutes, like turn on like rave music and everyone's like, ah, like, and then you sit back down and then you write some notes because he knows that your energy is what will allow you to vibrate with different thinking. If you are in the same spot and have the same level of energy, your thoughts will follow typically. So if we can change what he calls our physiology, we can increase our level of energy. And it takes energy to get to your goals and dreams. I just want y'all to know that. It takes energy to get to your goals and dreams. The people that run out of energy halfway through the marathon of life, they never get to their goals and dreams. So what are you doing to keep yourself energized? How's your health? What are you eating? How are you moving your body? What are you consuming? These are things to think about if you want to get to your ideal life. I keep prefacing that and saying that because one, this goes up on YouTube, right? So people see it. I know that not everyone wants to better their life. There's a certain group of us that say, I want things to be better. And so now I'm going to do the work required to get better. First, I have to learn how to do this. Then I have to actually do the work. But I know everyone doesn't. But if that's you, and I know that's you because you're here on the calls, you show up. If that's you, like you got to pay attention to this stuff and you have to think about this on a daily basis. How's my energy? What am I doing to give me energy? I don't have it up right now. Maybe I'll save it for Friday. But maybe I'll drop it on maybe one of my socials. But I have a graphic that says energy takers and energy givers. And it literally lists out 10 to 12 things that take your energy. And it'd be things that you think give you energy, like watching Netflix or being on your phone or something, right? Like those are energy takers. And then there's energy givers, being in the sun, moving your body, right? Those things. If you looked at that list, how many things are you doing that are taking your energy and how many things are you doing on a daily basis that is giving you energy? These are things to ponder and things for you to focus on. You have to rewire how you see the world. If you change your thinking, you change your life. If you rewire how you see the world, what you believe is true about the world, what you believe is true about people, right? I deal with this in the financial space all the time because I have to get to people's beliefs around money. Your belief around money is what's controlling your habits with money. If you've ever grew up like I did, money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are evil, money's the root of all evil. Like there's a subconscious bias in you that's blocking you from going out and making money. You just don't know that because it feels normal to you until you get around people that don't think about the world that way, that you get around them and they challenge how you think. I know you might have some life experience, but if they are further along in an area you want to be further along, it's because they're doing something different than you. They're thinking about life differently than you. People that make money think about money differently than people that don't. It's just the way it goes. But if you want that, all you got to do is unlearn how you think about it and relearn how they think about it. It's that simple. Not easy, simple though. Very simple formula. Rewiring how you see the world. Last three things I'm going to leave you guys with is those three things that Tony Robbins said as what you basically need to do. You need to have an aim, you need to find the reasons why you want those things, and then you need the right strategy. A combination of all three of these things, ladies and gentlemen, get you to the life that you want. I don't know what life you're looking for, but I know whatever that is, in whatever areas, you have to have these three things in place. The aim, that's your compelling future. That's your vision. What are you aiming for? What's the bullseye? What's the target? Like, where are we going? You don't just get in a car and drive. You have a GPS, you have a destination, like you know where you're headed. Otherwise, you would end up anywhere. So, in your life, what's your aim? What are we aiming towards? What are we pushing towards? That's the first thing. Again, compelling vision. If you don't know it, spend time with yourself. Don't get, don't be, right? Don't spend time just staying busy because life is pulling you all these directions. Spend time on the most important things of life. 80-20 rule. I don't know if you guys know Pareto's principle. It's called the 80-20 rule. Like everything, like 20% of things bring you 80% of the results. Your job in life is to figure out what are the 20% of things I should be focused on that are going to bring me 80% of my results in life. Most people do the opposite. They focus on the 80% of things that only brings them 20% of the results. Your job is to do the opposite. What are the 20%, the few things I need to focus on, the few things I need to think about in order for me to get the outcomes I want? So you got to have the aim. Then you got to have the reasons, the compelling reason. Say this with money. Most people don't want money. You want what money will make you feel, like whatever that feeling is. If you want, if money is top of mind for you, it might be you want some security, or you think that it'll bring you peace, or you don't want to struggle, or like whatever your reason, that's what you're looking for. The amount of people, the amount of wealthy people, the amount of successful people that say money doesn't buy happiness. It's true. So then how are you seeking fulfillment, happiness, those things away from money? Money's a byproduct of the person you become and the amount of value you add to the world. That's all money is. It's a byproduct of the person, the man or woman you become, and the value that you add to the world. That's it. So, money's not the goal. The goal is how that's going to make you feel. And so you got to have reasons, strong reasons why, not the reasons your parents told you, not the reasons you think society's telling you, or whatever you see, like your own true personal reasons as to why you want that aim, why you want that target. And then after you have those, you need a strategy. You need the right strategy. You need to know that, like, if I do these things, this will lead me to the life that I want. Success leaves clues. There's tons of ways to figure out the strategy. I recommend find someone that's already done it, a bunch of them. And then you can figure out your strategy. Tony Robbins has a great book. Again, we're talking money. It's called Money Master the Game. He might have mentioned it in there. Money Master the Game. What he did was he went and interviewed the top 50 financial, right, like hedge fund managers, investors of our time, the top 50. And he put them all what they said. He basically posed the question to them and said, hey, if you couldn't leave any of your wealth behind, what would you teach your child, grandchild, great grandchild about what to do to start this process? And he collected it all in a book. The book is like 600 something pages. If you ever needed a blueprint for money, it's there. It's literally in a book. You don't have to guess. You don't have to figure out what to do. Like it's right there. There's something for that in every area of your life. If you're willing to work, if you're willing to go after it, if you're willing to like practice these things, it's all right there for you. I want y'all to go out and make this thing happen. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve to win. Your families deserve to win. If nobody tells you, I'll constantly tell you, but we got to do the work. It starts up here. The way you see the world has you where you are. It's okay, but if you want the next level, you got to change the way you see the world, change the way you view things. And then what you're viewing is going to change. Let's go out, do something that scares you this Wednesday. I'll see you back here on Friday. Take care, y'all.